Dreame sponsored this video to see if the L50 Ultra can keep up with my Bulldog Rolls-Royce. So here's the thing, Rolls-Royce has a problem. It's a drooling problem. It's pretty disgusting. Even if he thinks about food, it's Niagara Falls all over my floors. He's got three hobbies: drooling in his sleep, drooling while he eats, and drooling when he's thinking about food, which is always. So the challenge is simple. Can the Dreame robot vacuum L50 Ultra keep up with the slobber and constant shedding? We're about to find out. They asked for the test. You be the judge. Let's get to the unboxing.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Let's go!
The Dreame L50 Ultra comes as a complete kit. It comes with an internal dust bag. You get the cleaning brush with a hair ripper. You get the mop pads, the soap dispenser, a charging station, and of course, the L50 Ultra. Let's talk about what Dreame is promising us about the L50 Ultra. It's a robot that both vacuums and mops, even smart enough to identify carpet areas versus hardwood flooring. It's running up to 19,500 PA of Vormax suction power, and inside the robot, you've got a 13-ounce dustbin plus a 2.7-ounce onboard water tank. It's built with Dreame's HyperStream Duo brush to keep pet hair from tangling, and the Pro Leap climbing system to clear thresholds, and even double steps up to 2.4 inches. The mop lifts up 0.4 of an inch, the side brush lifts up 0.4 of an inch, and the mop arm extends into corners up to 1.6 inches. Now for navigation, it uses a laser mapping system with AI, RGB, and 3D obstacle avoidance, and through the app, you get Omni Dirt smart recognition, pet care mode, and full matter protocol support. Now, what makes this a Dreame is the dock. Now with fast charging, powered by a 6,400 milliampere battery, rated for up to 210 minutes of runtime, the dock also handles self-maintenance. It empties the dustbin, refills water, mixes solution, washes the mop with 167-degree hot water, and dries it with hot air. Now with the dock, you've got a 1.2 gallon clean water tank and a 1 gallon dirty water gallon tank. Even takes itself back to the dock when it gets low on battery or water, then automatically resumes the task. Now on paper, Dreame's promising a robot that doesn't just vacuum and mop, it's a full self-maintaining floor cleaning system. But promises are one thing and Rolls-Royce's slobber is another. Installation is really just this easy. You're gonna find a nice open area for the charging station, and then you're gonna plug it in. We're gonna take our robot, put it onto the charger like so. Then we're gonna grab the soap dispenser, put soap and water into it. While we're doing that, we're gonna bind the machine to the software. We're ready to go. I'm really excited to get the Dreame L50 up and going. My floors are an absolute mess. Between the kids and Rolls-Royce, we have a lot of debris coming in and out of the house. Everything that ranges from surface dust to small little particulates. We've got food. We've even got a couple of leaves here and there. So I'm excited to see how well this really works. Let the cleaning begin. I've had the L50 Ultra for a little over 3 weeks, and here's been my experience. But first, a little secret of mine is I've had over 6 different robotic vacuums and mops. Not one of them has been able to keep up with Rolls-Royce, which is why I installed these baby gates. But the first thing that surprised me about the L50 Ultra is how quiet this machine is. Even at its maximum suction level, it appears quieter than the others that I've used. The L50 Ultra allows me to use it on multiple surfaces like the carpet and tile that I have in the house, and it even knows how to detect the difference and understands that I don't want to mop my carpet. Now, I really like the line pattern it uses. It's like a lawnmower, runs line by line. Now on the carpet, it leaves me some 6 stripes just like I do on my lawn. It gives you that satisfaction that it picked up everything. Now I've also noticed when it encounters some extra slobber or some grime on the floor, it's slowed down a tad, spent some additional time getting it off, and the extra dirty areas, it goes back from time to time to make sure they got it all. Now this all falls under their Omni Dirt intelligent cleaning strategy, which uses visual recognition to identify different kinds of dirt. As far as the intelligent detection goes, socks, backpack, Royce's bone were no match, not to mention how it detects which pieces of furniture it can and cannot slide underneath. It's pretty impressive. Let's jump right into the application. Now, first and foremost, this application was very well built. I feel like anybody can use this application. It's important to remember though, at its core, this is going to program itself and also program the application. So by that, what I mean is it's already recognized the type of flooring that I have, whether it be hardwood flooring or carpet. It's already divided my rooms into manageable sections. But if I want to customize that, I can merge zones, I can change the name. Now on the homepage, if we just want a real quick cleaning, we can clean the floor. If we don't want to do the entire area that is programmed, we can do it by different zones or different rooms. It's really just your choice. It's also going to give me notifications here. So on the dock tab, it's already telling me that my clean water tank is low, and that I also should probably just get rid of the dirty water, which we can do in just a little bit. Now you can really get in and customize these settings. So in the settings tab in the upper right hand corner, we've got cleaning history, scheduled cleanups, which you'll notice I've got 3. And I do that on purpose to keep up with Slimer over there. It's just really difficult. Now there's some other fun settings like your clearance leg settings, where this is going to be, if you guys have a little ledge inside your house, the legs will literally pop up and you can have your choice of how it gets over these obstacles to get to the next cleaning area. And it's even got real-time camera settings. Now, by far, my favorite settings so far have been the pet care settings. Not only can you monitor your pet through live feeds, but it also has a tab for pet moments. So take, for instance, this one with Rolls Royce. Capturing him getting out of bed, going to the kitchen to find something to eat. But really where I got excited was the pet cleaning. Not only is it going to have these auto empty settings for extended pet hair cleaning, but I can choose how the robot will automatically detect pet food and adjust the suction based on dust density, and also strategic cleaning around pet areas. What I've done is I've programmed where I have his dog and water dishes, and now it will focus on those areas, which is, for me, it's fantastic. Not only is it going to focus on those areas, but once it detects that there's more particulates in that area, it's going to go over that area multiple times to make sure that it's actually clean. Now, when it comes to the cleaning modes, this is where you've got your Clean Genius versus your customized settings. So you've got vac and mop mode, but you can also mop after you vac. So if you're the type of person that just gets worried about the carpets getting wet, you don't want any portion of that mopping pad to be touching your carpet, you literally leave the pads in the dock. It will vacuum first, then go back to the zones that need the mopping and do that second. Now for a more customized setting, I can literally come in here and choose the suction power, the cleaning modes, how much water it's going to leave on the floor, and also the route patterns. Now, if we go over to the zone tab here, you're gonna notice that I can actually do spot cleaning. So let's say Royce has just slobbered way too much in one area. I can literally go over to the zone tab and I can make this zone as large or as small that I want. I can hit the clean button and it's gonna do the work so I don't have to. But hopefully I made it clear enough that you can see anybody can use this app, and at the core, it's very simple. So one of the big concerns that I had is if the robot could support multiple levels, because I live in a split level home. Matter of fact, I have 5 levels. I don't really feel like buying 5 different robots, especially when I'm finding one that I really like. So what I found out is, yes, it absolutely supports multi-level mapping. Matter of fact, it recognized that this level was not already mapped, mapped itself and gave me the option to save it. So what about pet hair versus that anti-tangle brush? Well, luckily for us, Royce, he's got a gift of shedding. So I took it upon me, I removed a ton of his fur using a brush. Let's just see how that L50 Ultra does. So this is what I got of Royce in just a short time. I'm gonna spread this out over here. One of my favorite features that Dreame has is called zone cleaning. And the nice thing is I can just choose whatever zone that I want. Royce came to check out our results. What do you think, big guy? Look at this, all clean. We even put our hand down here. There was a ton of stuff, nothing, just clean. Now, as far as how well the brush did, check this out. I'm not seeing one single sign of hair here. That's pretty awesome. Not having debris or hair caught in the brush is fantastic, but if you've ever owned one of these vacuum mops before, you know that's only half the test. Really what I'm interested in seeing is what's in the catch bin, especially since I've been using it for a little bit now. This is where the filter is, but this is where it also pushes and catches all the debris and then pushes it into this little area right here, which is ultimately where everything ends up. And this is pretty impressive. It is clean as a whistle. Look at this, there's absolutely nothing in here, which means that everything ultimately has been ending up where it's supposed to, which is in these bags right here. And check this out. It is so full. And that fur was so chunky. This is pretty impressive. Now, as far as regular maintenance goes, I'm running this machine about 3 times per day, and I'm filling the water every 2 to 3 days, depending on Slobberhead's drooling habits. Now, in the past, I was running these old machines same amount of times per day, and they just couldn't keep up. I found myself having to manually scrub the floor about every 3 weeks to get a good reset with the slobber. So far, I haven't had to do the hard clean on the floor with the L50 Ultra, and I started this process by not doing a hard clean for about 2 weeks before we started. Now, I feel the difference. It's in the dock. It empties the dustbin straight into the internal bag as I showed you before. So here's the difference over many of the competing vacuum mops. The L50 Ultra washes the mop pads with hot water. Then it blow dries the pads so they don't smell like mildew. Not to mention the mop pads actually get clean as a result. Now, if you have animals and a robot vacuum mop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I feel like we've done a fantastic job just kind of demonstrating all the general capabilities of the L50 Ultra, but what about the enhanced floor mopping? So let's start this out by putting 1/4 cup of milk on the floor, just see how well it does. Now, if you're not familiar with the enhanced floor mopping, what it's gonna do is it's gonna raise all the brushes upward, out of the way of the liquids, so that way the pads are gonna be dealing with all the mess. Now, the idea behind this is if the brushes catch the liquids, it's gonna push that through the dock and also the internal dustbin. You end up getting a smelly mess of a dock and also a machine. So it avoids all of that. And as you can see, it's done a fantastic job with the milk. Went back to the dock, cleaned off the pads, then went back to clean the floor once more. No sticky mess. So let's take it a step further and just try it with some Coca-Cola. I mean, this is gonna be a crazy test because of the same thing. So as you can see, the pads are getting wet, but the brushes are out of the way. So if you're anything like me, you want to know if it's sticky, right? Look at this. Nothing. Look at, listen. I'll even put the microphone right by my shoes. Microphone. No sticky. The test I did just proved that the machine can handle the job. It's a little bit outside the marketing spectrum of it can handle stains from milk and coffee. But that got me wondering, what if we really just went off the deep end and had a chaotic moment? You know, in the end, the machine did what it was supposed to. It cleaned the area and did a fantastic job, might I add you. It's all clean, as you can see. But herein lies the problem. The machine is really meant to identify liquids versus dries. And that way we have the enhanced floor debris and we have the enhanced floor mopping differences. So I did get a little bit of debris in the brush. So now I'm gonna have to dry the brush out. I did get a little bit of debris in the bag, and you can already tell it smells a little bit. And that's the reason why we have the technology, is to avoid these situations. So if you do have situations like this, yes, you're gonna have to go out and clean it up yourself to avoid having to clean the dock, the internal debris catcher, and also the brushes. Now I've already cleaned this up a little bit, but shockingly the pads are just ridiculously clean. Not sticky, everything's good, and they're all dry from just sitting in the dock. Pretty amazing how much dirt and grime it picks up off the floors. I've also noticed that the corners of the house are cleaner. The little brush extends further and has sharper angles that really get into the corners. Now overall, I feel like the dock makes the whole system feel like a serious upgrade compared to anything that I've used before. Royce, he's just a tough one to follow around the house and clean up after. So far, the L50 Ultra is doing a much better job at maintaining the floors than the others I've used in the past. Overall, the machine feels like a big upgrade. If you have pets or complex floor conditions at home, the Dreame Robot Vacuum L50 Ultra might just be the solution, save you a lot of cleaning time. I'll be sure to post a link of the product in the description of the video, and per the usual, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comments down below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Until next time, guys, the Pest and Ginja, we're slaying carpets and mopping floors.